These are Republican senators, except for one, Mitt Romney, who did not hold this president accountable, knowing full well that they are unleashing this president to do whatever he wants, because he already believed that he could do whatever he wanted to do under Article 2. Now he feels that the Senate Republicans, so who did not vote to convict him, have given him the green light to do whatever he wants, and he's already doing that with a vengeance. And as far as I'm concerned, he has already compromised the top levels of the Department of Justice. And I think we should be more than concerned. We should be very afraid that the president will use the Justice Department and his handmaiden, Bill Barr, to go after his what the president considers his political enemies. So that's what's happening. And to watch my Republican colleagues continue to twist themselves into a pretzel as they lend more cover to this president and frankly for themselves, is really showing the American people how bankrupt the Republican Party is.
Let me ask you this. The president was just impeached and acquitted. It's the biggest weapon that exists in the Constitution to rein in a president. He was impeached, but then he was acquitted. So what more can you do about it now?
I call it an acquittal based on a rigged trial. So I think the American people know that a trial without witnesses and documents is not a real trial. So there's that. And then we keep being asked, Democrats keep being asked, what are you going to do about it? I think Republicans should be asked every single day from now until election. Especially the Senate Republicans, they unleash this president. What are you going to do to put some reins on this president? As far as what am I going to do? The Democrats will continue to, and I will continue to, focus on what this president is doing. His vindictiveness, he is going after all his so-called political enemies. He's continuing attacks on immigrants, his attacks on health care. And now he's got this huge budget that is cutting Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. The Republicans have said, it's now up to the American people. My job, as far as I'm concerned, is to let the American people know exactly what this president is doing, because he's screwing them over.
You called for the Attorney General, William Barr,
Yes.
to resign a long time ago. He didn't.
In May.
He didn't. In May. He didn't, and
Yes.
I don't think he's going to.
However, no, I don't think so.
However, it is within the power of Congress, the House of Representatives, to impeach a member of the cabinet. Would you like to see an impeachment investigation or impeachment proceedings against William Barr?
I think that if the House can focus on what's going on with this administration, how lawless it is, they will be doing a service. But let's face it, they can go through an impeachment. I think it was very important for the House to go through the impeachment and to impeach the president, because it all starts from the top. As far as I'm concerned, the rot starts from the top. So the American people are going to get to decide in only about 9 months who they want. And if they want a president who will continue to behave in a way that is lawless, then that's what we have. But I'm going to do everything I can, and I know my colleagues, his Democratic colleagues, will do everything we can to let the American people know what the facts are so that they can make a good decision as to who they want running this country.
In the case of Roger Stone, Jeffrey Toobin, our legal analyst, who was very critical of the president's comments on it, and the move from the Justice Department, did note that he believed that the sentencing guidelines put forward by the prosecutors were very high. President Trump has claimed that he did not order the Justice Department to change those guidelines. Do either of those issues matter to you, or how much do they matter?
Of course it matters, because the president doesn't have to order anything. He just makes decisions and announces his decisions by tweet. Everybody knows that is how the president gets his points across and what he wants done across. For anybody to sort of say, oh, well, he didn't really say those words, is totally diluted. And so the fact that the president said what he said regarding Roger Stone already lends it's a huge cloud on whatever the Justice Department is doing, particularly Bill Barr, who auditioned for this job, and he put his thumb on the Mueller report in a very disingenuous and basically he lied. So this is why I called for Bill Barr to resign back then. So, you know, this is going to continue. It's only going to get worse. We have a lawless president, and we have people in Congress, particularly the Republican senators, who will continue to cover for him, because covering for him is covering for themselves. I'm waiting for them to wake up from this horrible dream and start doing their jobs the way they're supposed to.